All right, guys, here's a super quick video on how to decap injectors for your LS engine. So before you go spend a bunch of money on some snake eaters or some crazy high price injectors, you can take a set of factory fuel injectors and decap them, and you can get anywhere between 600 and 800 cc's worth of fuel. So I'm going to show you how to do that for less than 60 bucks. This complete set of injectors cost me 54 bucks on eBay. They are brand new Delphi injectors. So I'm going to show you how to break them down really quick and then how to decap them with basic tools. So take a pick, go in here, pull this O-ring off. Simple. Grab yourself a pair of needle nose and then slide them right underneath this cap. All right. And then you're gonna go like this and just kind of pull up on them, and the cap will just fall right off. Boom. So there's your cap. There's your injector, and we are ready to decap. Now, what we're going to be doing is, if you see you have two little holes right there. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but I'll try to get it. All right, there's two little holes right here. And then this darker color ring you see, that is a weld. Now, you want to grind this weld off and essentially just knock this cap off the injector. And then you will have a full set of injectors that you can run in your turbo build, and you won't need to go buy a crazy expensive set. So I'm going to break down the rest of these, and then we're going to go ahead and knock all the welds off, and I will show you that part, and then we'll reassemble them and have them ready to go in the truck. All right, we got them all taken apart. I am very meticulous on keeping things clean. So here's the injectors. Each one is in a little bag with its cap and its O-ring. And then what you're gonna wanna use is, I've seen people say 12 millimeter, 13 millimeter, half inch, use a 12 point. I've seen it all. It really is gonna come down to the injector you're using and the thickness of the O-ring. I've noticed with a worn out O-ring that's been crushed and it's kind of hard, probably a half inch 12 point is going to work better. These have brand new O-rings on them, and this 13 millimeter Pittsburgh, which I'm sure we all have some Pittsburgh sitting around, this is going to fit perfect. This goes right on super tight and holds the injector perfect. So you'll see why here in the next clip. And then you're probably wondering how I got my Pittsburgh socket to look so nice, but I'll show you guys that little tip too. It involves just red Scotch-Brite and a drill, and I do it with all my sockets before I put them away, and they all come out looking super nice. But all right, off to the next step. All right, next step, excuse the mess. It's best to do it with a corded 4.5 inch grinder. I have a Milwaukee, but it just doesn't work as nice in a vise. So take your corded 4.5 inch grinder, lock it in your vise, and one with a paddle is gonna suck. Have one that has an on-off switch that you can lock in a on running position, okay? So this is what we're gonna go ahead and take the cap off the injector with. Now, I use a drill instead of an impact because the impact, well, you know, it does an impacting motion. We want it to run as smooth as possible. So what we're gonna do here is take one injector out of the bag, and then you're just gonna take it and press it in to the front of the socket here. Let me get you guys set up on a tripod, and we'll load one in the socket and we'll take the cap off it. All right, so take your injector, okay, in your socket here. So I'm using a 13 millimeter Pittsburgh. Put it on here, press it in as if it were a fuel rail, okay? Nice and firm fit. And there you go. we will take the slop out that we're getting from the extension with our hand and stabilize it. But all right, next part. All right, and now you can see that the cap has been removed, and it just looks like a little ball you see right there. I'll show you guys comparison. And as you can see, that only took a few seconds. I wasn't on the grinder for more than probably 4 seconds in total to get that. So, let's try to get a little better light here. This is the one that we just took the cap off. There's a stock injector. As you can see, it is that simple. I will go ahead and knock out the other 7, and then we will put them back together. Alright, just like that, under 2 minutes, we have ourselves 8 decapped injectors. Alright, so I just mentioned how I take care of my sockets and keep them clean. So in my socket drawer, I keep this piece of 3M Scotch-Brite. You're probably like, well, that piece looks brand new. Yeah, I just grabbed a new one because the old one was pretty dingy. So, piece of 3M Scotch-Brite, just leave it in your socket drawer. Now, let's take this crappy, let's see, Husky 13. You can see it's trashed. All right, so this is a quick little tip to show you guys how to keep your sockets looking good. All right, it's on there. You can use an impact. I always use an impact, but this is just what we have right now. So, grab it, you can hold it in your hand, and run the drill. All right, just like that, a few seconds later, super fresh and clean socket. All right, we'll do one more just to show you. Where was it? That was a 13. Put that back. What do we got here? 17. All right, look how dingy this is. And it's another Pittsburgh. All right. So you just got done using the socket. You're going to put it back. Real simple. Grab your piece of Scotch-Brite. Grab your socket. Just like that, you're done. And that is super, super clean. All right. So if you have a little impact, go ahead and throw this in your socket drawer, and you can go ahead and clean up your sockets when you're done, and you'll always have nice looking sockets. We can do it with any size also. Here, let me grab a bigger socket. Maybe it'll show up better. Let's go with, I don't know, what do we got here? Here, look at this big, nasty Taiwan EverTough 32. All right. When you're done with it, grab it. Grab your Scotch-Brite. Whoops. Just like that. Looks better than it did when it was brand new. All right, quick little tips for you guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I can go ahead and spread my knowledge when I can. But that's it for now. Let's go get these injectors back together. All right, now let's put it back together. So here it is. It leaves a really nice finish. Big ass eyes, but a nice fucking fish. All right. Now, just take this. It's not the easiest thing to go back on, but you can just put it on the table, push on it, and it'll go. Just like that. It's back on. I've seen some guys put it in the vise and push on the back and push on the front. I don't recommend that. There's no reason you should have to put that kind of pressure on a fuel injector. So, there's that. Take your O-ring, put it on, and we're done. Now we have a complete set of decapped factory injectors. This whole project, honestly, takes 15 minutes from start to finish, decapping them at all. And this will easily make 600 wheel horsepower with this setup. So, hope I was able to help. Quick little tip, quick little video, and have a good one.